What is up, Storm Chasers? Today I have a very special guest.
Ow.
She is we're gonna call her the last assistant of Dr. Umar, okay? Dr. Umar Johnson, aka Ifan Tunde, aka whatever he want to call himself. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, y'all. It's the real Miami, and also Champagne Queen will be joining me as well.
Okay.
But the real Miami, Tamia, Miami, Mia, whatever you want to call me.
I see you, Mia, chilling by the cereal boxes.
Okay. Okay. Can I call you Mia? That's cool.
You can, yes.
Okay. So Mia, tell me, how did you get the job of being Dr. Umar's assistant?
By being thicker than zoo glass.
Okay, so basically, what started off as a joke landed me around this guy that I didn't know was like, fraudulent, I had DM'd him one day and I'm like, I was kind of doing it as a joke. I think I posted it on Facebook on my story, like, oh, Umar, I want to join the movement. But like, I didn't really know, like, the memes were there because I'm not really heavily on Instagram and stuff. So I didn't know he already had all these scandals already out there about him, So I was just like, I want to join the movement. This is about February 2025, And I said, I want to join the movement. And like, I really am inspired by like Black activists or like, late Black activists or like, psychology, like philosophers, psychologists. I even went to school for a few semesters for that. So I was inspired.
I bet you would.
By him. And I had DM'd him. And then like basically he sent me his number. We start talking in iMessages and like, phone calls and stuff. And then he started like, learning my personality, I'm real chatty and stuff like that, and understanding what I've been through, like my, asked about my life and my current situation, and he was asking if I was working, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not working right now because of certain circumstances and everything like that, and at the time.
We may have a position for you, my sister. Black Queen, we have a position for you. I bet we do. I got a position for, all right, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna shut up.
I wasn't, so he was like, oh, I think I have a job opportunity for you. And, he was like, yeah, so meet me. And then when I met him, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, this person I looked up to, like, he inspired me to do those few semesters I did in college, and I was like, he was like, oh yeah, but I want you to be a caregiver for my mother,
That's his go-to. That's his go-to. God damn, I never even thought about that. Mama, see, my mama's doing good. Mama, lay down. Gotta get you a caregiver. Now, let me not say that, but shout out to my mom. I love you, mama. She doing good. She going strong.
Now let me ask you this. Let me stop you right there. So this was last year, February of 2025.
Right. Last year.
How old were you?
Yeah, I said in Champagne Queen. Yes. At the time, I was 23.
You was 23. Hey,
tender 23. Young, tender.
What's going on, Champagne Queen?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
She got on a snowsuit bottom.
I'm doing well.
So you say you were 23?
At the time, yes.
At the time. Okay. All right. So when you first met, when you finally seen him in person, he had offered you this job. Did he try to come on to you in any kind of way?
Give it a shango.
Well, like the first couple of months, no. Like he was also saying like, oh, you're too young. You're too young. Like, he kept on making that excuse to himself. I don't know what it was. I guess for me to say, well, oh no, I'm not too young, whatever. I don't know.
Right. That's an old man flirt technique. Just trust allegedly. I heard that.
But also I was coming on to him at first, because I liked him. I was inspired by him. And like, this is a Black psychologist. He's well-spoken, a lot. That's what a lot of girls are attracted to. So then like, I guess that I was like too much into my masculine at the time and like, so, starstruck about him and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Umar, And then when I calmed down and I kind of got used to him and I'm like, taking a look around, just like, I kind of stopped lusting for him. That's when he came on to me. And that's when, that happened.
Yeah, don't make it that easy. Let him chase it.
Okay. So he hired you to be the caregiver for his mother. What was going to be your pay to do this job?
Couple dollars.
He never really gave me a set pay at certain times.
Yeah, good.
Because of certain things we're going to explain later. And other times, the payments got low because of certain things, So
it depend on, how well you do your job, shorty.
It was never really like a set pay. Like, I'm gonna pay you $500 today if you come. Or I'm gonna pay you, Sometimes I was underpaid. At times I was overpaid,
Now, just for proof, you did send me a screenshot of some of the payments from him. This looks like via PayPal.
Yes. So around August, I'll say August, his
That's for the day. That's where he's seeing you get like a couple $100 or something like that.
Apple Pay, something happened Pay, and I think I saw him making a big deal about that on his page or something like that. But he also was saying that like, his account got frozen. So basically Apple Pay was no longer, and we just transferred over to PayPal, you know?
Oh, okay. Because I see a payment for 325 and for 150. So, how many days a week were you supposed to be a caregiver for his mother?
Some days were random. He will call me some days, and like some days it'll be overnight if he went like out of like state. Some days would just be like me. I'm just there during the day, and then at night I would just come back. So it was just like random. It wasn't really set days, set pay.
Okay.
It was just like on call.
And how did she take to you being a caregiver? What did you do around the house?
Basically I just cooked. I cooked her favorite foods. I changed her. I played movies for her. How like a caregiver would do.
Yeah, take care of mom.
Okay. And I mean, the video you showed me when you walked in that house looked like it was in disarray. Did you ever say anything to him like, "Hey, you need to pressure wash this motherfucker. You need to clean up in this motherfucker"? Like what? I'm trying to figure it out.
I mean, he's well aware of that, as well as Philadelphia is well aware that she's in that condition, like in that living environment. And I mean, I'm not sure if he thinks that's okay or not. Like before me, he invited other people there, other women he's attracted to. That's who he be calling to be caregiver. And it's like he I don't think he thinks it's a problem.
Okay.
Also,
But they say he a hoarder. Like one time, it was a time where Dr. Umar was going live and he dropped the phone. We got a chance to get a little shot of it. It's like a baby hoarder situation. I don't know if that's where he was keeping his mom, but he was somewhere with the voodoo stuff behind him. But when the phone flipped around, it was hoarders live. I ain't without the mics. I ain't see the mics, but everything else.
So also, when we look at the system, right? When we look at the people who have come there to see the well-being of her, and we look at the way that people are subjected to that type of living in the system, like say if you were to go homeless, right? They would also subject you to that type of living while you're homeless. Children are also subjected to that type of living as well, not just within homes, but within the system as well. They'll take them from their home and place them in even worse homes. So we cannot accept or expect for this agency, the state agency, to really support the mother his mother the way that we want him to, because they are federally funded and they only have but so many resources to take these people out their homes and place them in better places. And even
or
when
they just don't get have a care, because
even
also there's people in child foster care and all this stuff don't even have shoes. There's kids in roaming around in the projects. It's like this type of stuff, and you go to the hood and you see somebody's grandma dying out on the couch, and they still getting paid to be the primary caregiver.
But not even that, when people are placed in these type of homes, like old folks homes or homes for people to get care, they get even worse care from these people than they receive at home. So it's like,
so I'm saying, why you ain't clean it up? You was getting paid $300 and $150.
Can you really?
Oh, okay. Because my thought, even when I interviewed his ex, was if he don't have the time to clean up her house, then why don't he just put her in a home? But you saying it can be worse if she was in a nursing home. Okay. But just me personally, I wouldn't have my mother living like that. That's just me.
Me either. But it's not to say that it's wrong, but when the people come in, they don't tell him that it's wrong. So the way that he's treating her, he feels as though it's right, and he cannot recognize the wrong if no one's going to point him out to him.
I got a question.
He probably grew up in that house and he don't know it no other way. That's just a speculation. I don't know.
One of y'all can answer. Is she able to speak for herself at all? What is her condition like?
Let me tell you.
Well, no, I know this person that she has MS and I believe dementia. So she's able to recall some events, like if it was traumatic or something that was recent that kind of it excited her or something like that. Something exciting happened, she's able to recall it, or in the moment. But it's some of her words are choppy, or it's in the air, and it's not really
her reality is kind of distorted.
Yeah. But she's able to say a few things, yes, and she's able to say, like, you know, have a conversation here and there, but sometimes it goes left, you know. But like, she does have MS, and I believe dementia.
MS and dementia. And do you guys know how long she's been in that condition? Like how long she's been sick?
I'm not all the way sure, but I believe that she was like, you know, prior to going to Umar, you know, and under Umar care, she was with, you know, someone worse because, you know, she ended up getting like a UTI, I believe he said, and it was for a year, and it kind of like worsened her like mental condition that she has going on.
Yeah, I heard of that
Like
before.
that. And then they've been took it from them and placed with Umar, and he just cut contact with the rest of the people that, you know, family that she was, you know, with, that kind of like messed her up, I guess.
Also, Umar, as a psychologist, he should know that environmental impacts can cause more trauma or more of a impact towards, like, you know, mental health disabilities. You know, it can also worsen them. So the fact that he is studying it, it kind of is hypocritical.
You think?
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me think he hates his mother to have her living like that. It makes me think there's some resentment there, and he's just like,
he probably grew up like that in a hoarder situation. That's probably how he is.
I'm gonna just let you rot until you die.
Damn.
I'm not even sure.
Don't say it like that.
I feel like that he can't fully love anyone, like sort of like a psychopath, you know. That's what I just feel like. He's just incapable of like loving anyone, and he doesn't know what it is to fully love anyone. So he's not aware of, like, you know, acts of love or even self-love, because he's putting himself, he lives there too. He has to live there too. And all the money you are getting from these bookings and everything, and before the account got frozen, why didn't you put it into your home that you live in, you know? So I don't think he even knows how to love, because he can't even love himself or anyone else. And he claims that his mother is first love and he cared for her. But this is the care that you subjected her to and yourself. He lives there as well. So I think he just don't understand that it's wrong. Like, you know, he's just some rotten, nasty man. That's all he is. And that's how he lives, like an ogre.
And let me
But you was trying to do it to him, all on the dirt, all on the trash. You was gonna bust it open for him, right on the trash. You probably did. Let's see.
ask you, Champagne Queen, what was your job? Did you work for Dr. Umar too?
No, I was just a witness, and my sister would call me.
Yeah, you're not thick enough. You gotta thicken up, shorty.
When she would experience different like things. But I can say one thing. I'm not sure if my sister would agree with me. So I'm just gonna say an opinion.
Opinionated stuff that she has going on with him. No, what is it?
Okay, so Umar studies Pan-African-Americanism, right?
Duh.
And Pan-African-Americanism, they study bringing the community together. You know what I'm saying? They study empowerment of the people, and Umar also preaches on Black empowerment of women, women empowerment, you know, and the fact that he can also be a psychologist and then speak on Pan-African-Americanism, empowering people, and then subject his mother to these type of treatment, but he doesn't recognize them. So my sister says he doesn't recognize what he's doing. It's just hypocritical all around the board. You know what I'm saying? What he's preaching, what he's practicing, and what he believes in.
But I believe that he's preaching this stuff to boost his ego and also keep this like this fame, but he's not practicing it in real life. So it's like you have to believe that to really be like, oh well, I think this is wrong. No, if he believes that this is right, he believes right. As long as she has her favorite food, her favorite show, and as long as he's doing this, and you know, Dr. Shay turn her on her side, so you know, right. Turn on her side so she don't get a bed sore. So he believes that this.
Speaking of turning on your side, shorty, would you mind?
Is okay. I feel like it all goes off of what you believe in, and he can preach all this stuff if he wants. He's trying to maintain these bookings, maintain this income. Supposedly he cares about the school, but you know, I think he doesn't understand how to fully care about things, how to fully love for other people, and he doesn't believe that he's in a fucked up situation.
I'm not gonna lie to
language.
To me, he just comes off as a scammer, because here's my question, right? He's been online taking donations for over a decade, 11, 12, 13 years at this point. Okay, yeah, you got the school, but you know how like you look at somebody and you be like, damn, where your money go? But you see they didn't bought cars, they didn't bought houses, they didn't went on vacations, nice clothes. I don't see him with none of that. So to me, I'm just asking these questions, and you just answer honestly. Did you ever see him like be like have a drinking problem, be like an alcoholic, anything like that?
And I never seen nothing. I'm not sure.
Did you ever see him do drugs?
I've never seen, no. I'm not gonna sit on here and lie. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Wow.
I never seen them have no jewelry in there. I never see all it is like some African, like deodorant and African stuff and products and and just like regular clothes and like probably Nike in there.
I know what you're trying to say though.
Where's the money going? That's
Right.
what I'm trying to say. He does rentals.
I think he just trick it off and he get it and spend it right away. Get a hotel, rental car, stuff like that. Living a disorganized lifestyle, much like his home. He can listen. How you do anything is how you do everything. I imagine that's how he's living, and that can eat up a lot of money. It's like it's expensive to be poor. Not saying he's poor, but if he's living like hand to mouth style with your donations, yeah, it could go away to nothing, just dwindle away.
I know what you're trying to say though.
Where's the money going? That's what you're trying to say. He does rentals, and like the house is a mess. Like you didn't even invest in that house. It's like
eating out.
The school is still not even built, so I would
tricking off
to school, but it's still not done. So where is the money going? I think he just had it sitting there, and then they end up freezing some accounts, so he has like half the access to his money. I don't know where it's going, and it's not going into that house. It's not going into him. Is he giving it to somebody? Who knows?
But even with like when you see him going on like doing these bookings and stuff, they're paying him to speak.
Yeah, that is well.
So even if like your money is frozen, you're still actively getting paid. So and you still get donations. So he has to answer to the congregation. Man, where the money at?
Where did it go?
Where did it go?
How that school been sitting there for so long?
That's
and then why are you subjecting your mother to these treatments when you could basically put her up in paradise with the money sitting
like that
there?
One.
That's what I'm saying.
He has his mother living there, and supposedly his mother is his first love, and this and that he claims, and it's like your mother's there, you're there. Why did you even bring it to the house? I would think that he was living all right.
Yeah, why y'all living like that?
And our friend was like, no, that means he broke. But like,
here's the thing too, right? You know, most of the people that have donated to him have been Black women over the years.
Right.
Now, my thing is, I don't think Black women would have had a problem with him taking care of his mother. Using donations for some bullshit and your mama living like that, I just can't get with it, y'all. I can't get with it.
And one thing is, when I saw one of his promotions, he asked for money for himself and his mother when his account was shut down.
Queen mother.
So why aren't you putting the money that they're donating to you and your mother
into that house and the way your mother is living? It just don't make sense to me. I don't know where it's going. I really don't know.
Let me ask y'all this, because his mother's in Philly. How much would it cost to have a housekeeper come in like once a week in Philly?
$150.
I'm not even sure. I believe they have an app that's probably like, I don't even know. I heard of like a cleaning app that is just like
it shouldn't cost.
He needs a whole renovation. That's what he needs. He needs to renovate that place. I'm pretty sure he had money to renovate.
It's like hoarders. You got to bring the bulldozers and the shovels and the garbage bags and a team of people. You got to cry about it and no, don't put that out. Don't get rid of my witch's broom from West Africa and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
That place.
Maybe one day should cost, like, depending on the job and depending on the work that needs to be done. Maybe one day could cost about $200 for a bad job. Maybe $150 for someone.
Okay. Nah, they need to roll out. They need to roll out in the flatbed and all that.
Okay. I would say. But
I mean,
trucks.
At least
Need trucks
to speak, so that should be nothing for him to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Mia, let me ask you this. So did you and him ever like have a relationship at any point?
Not a real relationship.
Did y'all have sex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we gotta.
What you thought? What is this interview about, man? Stop playing.
Okay.
Everybody gotta ask that.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, the suspense, the drama. Did she get up? Oh.
I know you're correct. That happened. Okay, so she's basically, yeah. So it happened.
Okay. How many times?
I'm gonna say under like 6 times. That's it.
Okay, that's not too bad actually. Okay.
It's a very weird, oddly specific number. Like 5, 4.5.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Do you regret being intimate with him, or are you just like it was what it was?
And at this point, I'm regretting.
At the time, she was on it.
Oh, I'm regretting it because it's still like it's just nah. Just like the person he is when like that starstruck thing left because I don't really be around any celebrities too many people I've been around. Been around a few Instagrammers, but it's like he's like whatever. So I was like kind of like, oh my gosh. And mind you, like it's like he's really nobody. Obviously he's fraudulent as fuck in real life. But it's like, he
don't hate on him now.
inspired me. I knew of him since I was 16. So like, meeting someone that inspired me to even go as far as doing a few semesters in college, which I'll be continuing soon. It was just like, yo, I'm like starstruck. So then like the lust and everything wore off, the starstruckness wore off, and he saw the light in my eyes dim, and I'm looking at him for what he is, and we starts talking about different things and like addressing certain things. He's just like, oh yeah, she kind of gotta go. The sex kind of stopped and everything, so there was really no benefits in like the way that I was like,
yeah, we won't be needing you anymore. He was like, she was like, am I coming to work? No, that's Mother Queen is we got somebody else for her. Thank you though.
Looking at him and stuff, and everything stopped. It's like he kind of like, yeah, whatever. But it was like he kind of got rid of me after that. But it was like I kind of do regret it though.
Okay.
Also, I think she matured over the years. Like we make some decisions based off of immature tendencies. As you grow up, you start to make better decisions. So she may have been able to see things in a different lens as she.
Now you ain't had no baby bomb, did you?
No.
Okay, thank the Lord. Okay, you got away. You good.
Oh no. And that was a deadbeat like he is to his daughter.
I was finna say because that man out here, because he told the old girl before, like you can get rid of that motherfucker. Like so, he's yeah.
He told who that?
It was another. Man. What did we say that? Yeah, that was in another interview. Yeah, but he's one to if you come up pregnant, he gonna basically look at it like it's your fault.
Yeah.
He that kind of nigga.
For help. He also was like, she's looking for attention. She's looking for fame. And he didn't think like, oh, your daughter's looking out because she wants her dad around. Exactly. And you all on Instagram going here, me, and you can't even go where she at in Philly to go see her. But like, yeah, he would have been a deadbeat.
My thing is, he can't deny his daughter either. She act like a man, look like him. I'm like, boy, you can't deny her.
We really see a lot of signs of him just being hypocritical. I love that word for him, hypocritical. Because like, how can you speak on empowering women and you lack a relationship with your own?
She sound like she ain't get the Shango stick.
Child, and she's a woman,
Yeah.
Even with your mother, like, what is going on?
It's something he needs to be held accountable for. And my thing is, he can't be out here talking about everybody else the way he does, but nobody asked him about why his mom was living like that. Why weren't you in your daughter's life? Those are things we need to know. Okay, so you started around February 2025 working for him. When did you stop working for him?
Literally February 2026.
Okay, last month. Okay.
Before, yeah.
What was
like an on and off employment type of thing.
Oh, so she young. She only like 24 years old. 20. Yeah. See, yeah.
Off,
Okay.
I need to hear you there.
What was the last straw where you said, you know what, I'm good, I'm done?
Because like how I'm saying, like
maybe
it's
25
on and off stuff, and he's always trying to like replace me, or he's always like all this other stuff. So it was just like for about like when I came back from Colombia as well, it's like he was kind of like not really like, because I went to Colombia twice and I came back and he wasn't really trying to like have me out there, and it was like, okay, so I'm not even there for a whole month and this happens before, so I'm kind of aggravated with him, and I go see him, and he's like, he has like these egotistical ways and stuff that he wants you to submit to, and like I'm like, I don't even see you in that light no more. I'm not doing nothing with you no more. Like he see that I'm looking at him like, yo, and I'm about to submit to you and all this other weird stuff. You're just weird, and it's getting disgusting and disturbing and annoying. I don't want to be a part of it no more. So he's seeing me just like look at him like that, and he's just like trying to do like these power moves, like, oh no, you need to sit right there. You need to sit right there. Did I hear you speaking all this weird stuff? I'm just like, what are you doing? You trying to do these power plays and all this weird stuff? I'm like, I gotta go. So he was like, I don't know what he's like, you gotta leave. So I'm like, no, you're gonna pay me for coming all the way over here to do this. Like, even if I didn't even do my job yet, he didn't leave yet for me to watch your mom. So he was just like, oh no, you gotta leave. Then he started getting on his phone, calling whoever. I don't know who he's talking to right now. And he thinks that I'm just like, I don't know, some innocent, gullible girl talking about, because he was always asking, do you know how to fight? So I guess he was calling somebody up to come try to whoop me or whatever.
What?
I don't know. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Don't say that.
He wasn't calling the cops. So so I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave. So I don't got time for this. So I just left. And that was the last time, last month.
So basically, they had a falling out. She ain't want to set out the box no more. Therefore, he was like, well, I don't need you. I don't need your help. And that's kind of how they fell out. All right. I mean, that makes sense.
That's smart. Okay, I want to play this clip here.
I think that's like illegal or something about workplace harassment or something. But come on, man. This was an informal deal. Probably like allegedly. I don't know for sure. But I can imagine Umar does a lot of under the table deals. That's probably why the money just absorbs. I'm telling you, it's the way you move. You can blow a lot of money not counting the money. You feel me?
And then I want to ask you what this is about. This voicemail.
Oh, you're talking about the voicemail.
Oh, please. Thank you very much.
Wait, did it play it? Maybe it didn't play it.
You got voicemails?
It was plenty of times he just you just said when he said call me please, thank you very much. It's probably because he wanted to schedule me for something, or sometimes I be having him on mute or my phone on do not disturb, so he just be calling, trying to disturb me. If it had nothing to do with after a while, if it had nothing to do with the mom, it was kind of like I don't want to talk to him. So I was like, oh, call me, did it to my phone on do not disturb.
Did you ever see him mistreat his mom in any kind of way?
Oh, what you trying to say?
I'm not a psychologist and only had a few semesters of school.
Don't do it. Come on, y'all. Don't do this.
I just feel like that's why I'm diagnosing him myself, but I don't think he's been properly diagnosed with like some type of sociopath, egotistical thing where he doesn't realize, this is kind of wrong, even if they allow you to be the caregiver and everything, and they think this is all right, this is still wrong morally, so I don't think that he can understand that, this is wrong. And it's like, but I don't ever see him like verbally disrespect her. He thinks that because he's giving her the favorite food, that, he's making sure somebody's coming around and changing her and braiding her hair, and like, the salmon is there and the TV's right there, I can go out and do whatever. He's not even be a father, so he doesn't even think it's wrong that he abandoned his own daughter. So I'm like, okay, I don't think he understands this. I don't think he lacks empathy. I don't think he understands, like, yo, your daughter is crying out for help, or your mom shouldn't be, doing your strength being strung along and stuff. I just think that he just understands, but it's wrong though. It's still wrong, and it's like nothing nobody can really do. But it's still like I never seen him, do that, like,
Right. So y'all need to stop suggesting that. I'm not saying that about Dr. Umar. I think Dr. Umar's a smart man. I think book smart, I mean. I think he's a good orator. I think he speaks well. I don't think that he executes a plan very well, and I don't find him to be the most organized person. Therefore, I don't think he's the right guy to be building the school. He seems like the right guy to spark the mind of the right guy to build the school. This lady, she seems pretty credible though. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but she seems pretty credible. It sounds pretty much, we've seen some of Umar's other, let's say, love interest, and she fits the archetype. I ain't mad at her.
Armor or nothing like that, but this is like.
And she refers to him as a sociopath because
he lacks sympathy.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. You're making big jumps and all that, trying to diagnose this man. I know he like let me do the psychological evaluations around here.
Sympathy. He doesn't really care. He doesn't understand certain things when it comes to emotions. When you talk to him, he's like he's trying to like keep in this zone where he's Malcolm X of all is well, Queen. When it's like, I'm talking about.
Well, that's the scamming part of him. He's also, he's fast talk. He got to talk fast.
Some real stuff here, and I'm talking about my concerns and all this other stuff. And he can't really even have a real conversation. He doesn't have real relationships with other people. They're all like business relationship where he'll talk to priests or he'll talk to, I don't want to call them witches, but like he better do the divination thing done and see, he can't even make up his own mind about who he should trust, where he should go, or all this other stuff. He has to get a divination thing done to even know that he's just retarded. He doesn't understand other people, or he doesn't have empathy. He just does a lot of mimicking, like what he heard from priests, or what he heard from like psychologist or African priest, or like what Malcolm X or something, or like research or something, and just mimic what he heard.
Did he do any divination in front of you?
Well, not in front of me, but he doesn't do his own divination. He has to get that done for someone else. He would do like this offerings or like Orisha stuff. Orisha praise.
That's where the money going. He paying the witch doctor.
Things, and like he has like in the video where I showed you in the whole, house thing, he'll have a room, right? And I
Which
don't play
doctor's
with
name cheap?
voodoo. I'm gonna tell you something. That's what he tried to do. But I don't play when it comes to that. When I say, "Oh, you a voodoo mother effer," he'll be like, "Oh, watch your mouth." And he'll be like, "Oh, no, it's called divine magic." But he'll have this room or something like that where where it says the African spirits or something like that. Where he'll go in there, just pray. It's in that room that I didn't open because he said if I get in that room and see with my eyes, but he's not there or whatever again, because he showed me, it was like it's gonna be some like bad thing on me or some type of weird thing. I'm like, I don't even care if it's real or not. I don't got time for that. But like in that room is a whole bunch of glass and all this other stuff that he'll just sit there and he'll pray every time before he'll leave. So I don't know if it's called a research race or whatever, but he was also telling me that I need to get into it and make offerings to this thing, whatever.
Yeah, so as a sociopath, he is unable to make social bonds. His behaviors go against the social norm, and also
it's also the whole signs, all the signs that they're lacking of empathy,
the manipulation, that coercive,
the mask, putting on the mask and acting like he's this person and that person to fit into this stuff and boost his ego and also be around certain people to keep this image going so he can get the funds and whatever and not even put it to use anyway. But just attention.
That means his reality is also distorted.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on.
He got a lot going on, but I will say living in filth like that and living in clutter, he ain't inviting nothing but demons up in there anyway.
At this point.
So I don't care what he think he praying to, what he offering to. You messing with demons.
All right, we going somewhere else now. This ain't that kind of show. Anyway, let me know what y'all think, man. Is Dr. Umar at it again? Is he back in them young cheeks? Should Shorty jump up off this deep freezer and give us a little twirl like the Kendra G show? Come on now. And if you like this video, check out this other video about how Dr. Umar breaks down and attacks us struggle streamers and blames us for his downfall. Anyway, next story. Mike check.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
I was good. You sound like the real dude that nobody sees. Cut it out.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Alashundo Maronde Ishe Kolowa. To you, my brothers. To you. Hello, my name is Dr. Umar Thompson, Prince of Pastries. You see, I'm here to speak to you about a problem that affects our community, the snack industry. One snack in particular, the colonizer, Little Debbie. See, wherever you find strife and poverty, who do you find but Little Debbie? The young colonizer has been affecting our family for years. That is why I, Dr. Umar Thompson, have created the Little Devron. You see, Little Debbie, she sells a zebra cake, which is an all-white cake with black stripes of icing, further incentivizing our young black boys to engage interracial activities. Little Debbie's cakes are full of additives, preservatives, artificial colors, and flavorings, but not the Little Devron, an all-fudge brownie, dipped in chocolate, rolled in chocolate sprinkles. That way, it's black in every bite. Each brownie will be baked by little black hands at the school that I'm building, the Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Felicia Rashad, Danny Glover, Gregory Hines School of Technology. And we have other flavors. We have chocolate cake, chocolate ice cream, and chocolate donuts. We've also got chocolate pretzels. We've got chocolate colored chocolate. We've got a truffle with chocolate. We got chocolate spaghetti. Everything is black here. It comes in a black box with all black icing. So come on down. Put it in the Cash App. Put it in the Cash App. Put it in the Cash App. It's like Pan-Africanism in your mouth. The Little Devron. We must stay focused, brothers. Who's that queen?